An effect is a tool that allows channel values to evolve cyclically over time. This variation in value over a cycle is controlled by a curve. The origin of this curve represents either the current channel value in the case of a relative effect, or the defined value in an absolute effect. To illustrate the various components of our effect, we will create a symmetrical circle effect. To create an effect, click on Edit, then on a free cell in the effects grid. Here, you can rename the effect and set its speed in cycles per minute. Each effect can contain multiple effect rows. Each effect row includes a curve, a selection, and one or more parameters. The curve's value is added to each parameter for each fixture in the selection. You can edit the curve by adding points, moving them, and changing the transition type between the points. You can also use the curve presets created in the Curve Presets window. Since our effect is a circle effect, we will draw a sinusoidal curve. We need to indicate where the origin value of our curve is. Here, we set it to 0.5. Next, we add our group of spots to the effects selection. You need to specify the parameters to which your curve will be applied. Our sinusoidal curve will be applied to the tilt of our projectors, so we select tilt and keep our effect as relative. We also reduce the parameter size so that it doesn't become too erratic. After starting the effect, we see that our sinusoidal curve applies correctly to the tilts. The spread parameter allows you to more or less offset the fixtures from each other and distribute them over the effect cycles. By default, it is set to 1 cycle, but you can change this value. The first fixture position parameter offsets the entire selection within the cycle, which we'll use to offset the pan in our circle. You can modify our effect with the body, blocks, and wings options. Body forces consecutive fixtures to have the same values. Blocks determine the number of repetitions of the effect. Wings repeat the effect with symmetry. To complete our circle effect, we need to add a pan parameter. We lower its value to prevent it from becoming too erratic. We need to offset the position of the first element to form a circle with our sine curve, although we could alternatively add a cosine curve. Since we want a symmetrical effect, we'll set to wings for our two parameters. If our effect is still not symmetrical, it's because we need to invert the pan value for the wings, which can be done by checking the Invert Wings Value box. To achieve perfect symmetry, you can disable the pan for the central spot, using the Disable Wing Centered checkbox if desired.